What's going on, guys? Ryan O'Toole back here again, giving you guys another review. I got an exciting movie review for you guys today, and that is for the spin-off film in the Fast and Furious franchise, Hobbs and Shaw. Directed by David Leitch, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Jason Statham, Idris Elba, Vanessa Kirby, Helen Mirren, and Isa Gonzalez. If you guys are new here, feel free to click that subscribe button and that bell notification icon for more reviews, reactions, rankings, and more movie content. This is a side story film in the Fast and Furious franchise with some of our favorite characters in the franchise, Luke Hobbs, played by Dwayne Johnson, and Deckard Shaw, played by Jason Statham. They get calls from their agents saying that they have a new mission to complete together. And as you might expect, they do not like that idea. They have to team up together to try to stop this new technologic super soldier played by Idris Elba, who has this mechanic spine and a motorcycle, and he's trying to steal this virus that is inside of Deckard Shaw's younger sister, Hattie Shaw. If you talk about Fast and Furious, this is hands down my guilty pleasure franchise. So you knew I was super excited going into this movie because I love the trailers and I just love both Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham. Their chemistry in Fate of the Furious is some of the best moments from that film and some of the most funniest lines of dialogue I've seen from macho men. Mix those things together, you have what's called a good kick back in your seat, watching some big macho guys punch people in the face, drive some nice cars, and say some funny dialogue to each other to try to insult people. Like, that's what Hobbs and Shaw was. I love the concept of the movie, I just love the trailers, and I just wanted to see this movie right away. And I knew I was going to enjoy myself. And did I enjoy myself watching Hobbs and Shaw, guys? Absolutely. I don't go into Hobbs and Shaw expecting it to be the next Blade Runner 2049. I go into that movie expecting what I expect. Bunch of cars, nothing makes sense, and it's just a laugh out loud time. I really enjoyed Hobbs and Shaw. It's another entertaining entry in the Fast and Furious franchise, and I just really enjoyed a lot of aspects about it. Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham, they might as well sign new contracts and just be in movies with each other for the rest of their careers, because these two are so damn good together, and I could even argue saying they are just as good as Vin Diesel and Paul Walker's chemistry. I could not stop laughing at all of the jokes that they said back and forth to each other. There is this amazing scene in this movie where Hobbs and Shaw are staring at each other, just throwing insults at each other for 5 minutes straight. It is some of the funniest exchanges I have seen this year, hands down. You cannot go in expecting this movie to have the best script of 2019. You have to go into this movie expecting to hear Dwayne Johnson cussing at Jason Statham and saying some of the funniest threats possible, and Jason Statham with his British accent insulting The Rock. Vanessa Kirby plays Deckard Shaw's younger sister, Hattie Shaw. She's a badass. She's a great new addition to this franchise. I really like Vanessa Kirby. I've liked her in Mission Impossible Fallout, even though she had a small role in that. I know she's in The Crown. And she was great as Hattie Shaw. I would love to see her play Catwoman in Matt Reeves' Batman film because her action sequences are great. There's a scene where she's fighting The Rock, which was cool. Idris Elba plays the main villain in this movie. He has a metal spine, and he's this power-hungry technologic super soldier that's trying to get a virus, and Idris Elba was really entertaining as well. Some parts weren't perfect about him, but some of the jokes he had were great, like Black Superman, which was in the trailers, which was great. The action sequences are completely bonkers, as expected. That there are a bunch of motorcycle chases that go down in this movie that make absolute no sense and looks 100% impossible, but it was so cool to watch. The Rock is flexing his muscles in hot weather with a wired chain, and he throws it up and ties it on a helicopter. This movie makes absolutely no sense, and you question how is this possible? And you're not supposed to, because this movie is meant to be confusing and doesn't make sense. David Leitch does a really good job with action sequences, especially in Deadpool 2, and the action in this movie is really well choreographed, the visuals are really cool, and they're so insane, but they're really well filmed most of the time. There are some awesome cameos in this movie, which I will not spoil for you. Once some of these cameos came on screen, I was really satisfied. And oh my god, the end credit scenes to this movie, stay guys, there's 3 end credit scenes. They are awesome. Like I said with Idris Elba as the villain, very entertaining character. I always loved Idris Elba. He's very charismatic. The Black Superman stuff, like I said. Some parts with this character in the second act get a little The second act to me had a lull, and it's not a bad lull. Like, the movie starts, and the movie's freaking hilarious, the first and third act. But then the second act kind of stops a bit with the humor, and we get more into Idris Elba's character, and that lull was a little bit slow-paced, and then eventually the film does pick up. And this movie's 2 hours and 15 minutes long. This movie should not be that long. Like some of the previous, latest Fast and Furious films were that long. I don't get it. This movie should have been under 2 hours, like an hour and 50 minutes. The movie does kind of overstay its welcome by the final act. The second act was definitely the longest act, and that's where the main issues occur. They could have shortened out a lot of things in that second act and getting right into the awesome things that go down in the final act. Hobbs and Shaw gave me everything I wanted. It was dumb, it was stupid, but it was awesome to watch. And I want to see more movies with Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham. Like, these guys were made for each other. These 2 guys are so hilarious. They kick ass together. Vanessa Kirby, I can't wait to see if they include her in more of the Fast and Furious films, or maybe if they do a sequel to this film. Not a perfect movie, not phenomenal, but a really entertaining film that I could not stop watching. I really enjoy myself. On my rating scale, I'm going to give Hobbs and Shaw a 4 out of 5 stars. There you have it, guys. That was my review for Hobbs and Shaw. What did you guys think of Hobbs and Shaw? Did you guys love it, think it was okay, or did you absolutely hate it? Let me know down below in the comments. Thank you guys as always for watching this review. All my social media links are in the description below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!